Welcome back to Wild's World News with your hosts, Edge and Sryth.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Tekerai. I will let Edge lead this show.
Oh, God damn you. God damn you, you son of a bitch.
What, you were the one who's complaining about the locale that I picked, so
Yeah,
it's your choice.
Right, so I get that you wearing your outfit glam because you're like Game of Thrones, Mr. Like, oh yeah, I'm ready for winter. But I'm like
Winter is coming.
I'm not wearing appropriate attire for a goddamn wintry wilderness of death.
Abs of steel!
We had a nice...
You need it. You need your abs of steel to hold the heavy bow gun, which is now what you are trying out.
We had a nice locale. It was a beachfront almost, ocean and forest, and it was warm. And if you look in the distance, you've got goddamn Hirabami.
It went away.
The next one.
It went away.
I'm picking the next locale, absolutely. Yes, welcome to another into the Wilds news. We will be doing the other podcast at some point. I still want to do it.
I will make you say it one of these days.
Odds are it will happen. But yes, so on this, obviously today we've just obviously seen the showcase for the roadmap.
Oh my god.
I'm already getting quite excited. On the screen in front of you at the moment, you're going to see a screenshot of the title update and all the things that are coming. We are going to be talking about each one a little bit. We won't be going too far in depth because obviously we've already seen so much of it. However, we're excited. We will be talking about that just in a little second. But Sryth, if you want to do this week's event quests, and then we'll go from there.
I will do, good sir. Off I go. Goddamn Edge and sat cozy in the ice-showered cliffs with night campfire while I'm running all the way goddamn back to check weeklies. Right, so for this week's limited bounties, let's have a look-see. We have, complete 5 quests, bog standard, any quest will do it. 1 star or higher. I don't know of a half-star quest. We have complete 3 quests in the cliffs, so maybe I'll to see if those Hirabami is still around when I get back. Anyway, hunt 5 bird wyverns. Now, I will show you in a moment just exactly how you check what monster type it is. In relation to this, we actually only have 2 monsters that we can hunt this week for the bird wyvern, so that is your young cuckoo and your gypceros. Hunt 3 tempered monsters, rank 6-star or higher. Now, for context, as far as I've been able to see so far, any tempered monster is 6-star or higher. So that'll be your Doshiguma, your Chadakabra, any of those. As long as they're tempered, they are 6 stars or higher. And as always, complete all of the research for your heavy armor sphere. Now, there is an additional one I did want to mention. So under the latest news, we have a link with the Capcom IDs. Now, if you have a Capcom ID already, I know for people creating these IDs is a very, very controversial subject. But if you have one already and you link your Capcom ID for when you're playing Monster Hunter Wilds, you will be given an additional item pack. So that will come with Mega Potions, Well Done Steaks, Life Powders, Herbal Powders, Demon Powders, Hardshell Powders, Silver Eggs, and Armor Spheres. So all the powders and a couple of extra bits. So it looks like it's a real big push to sort of gear you up and get all your ingredients and everything ready for that new the free title update. Now, as for checking the monsters, if you come over here and then into your field guide and your large monsters, you can see like they're under Chadakabra, he's an amphibian, Uthduna, Leviathan. So it shows there at the right hand side on the top. Now, going through them in relation to this, we do only have Gypceros as a bird wyvern and Young Cuckoo as a bird wyvern. Do keep in mind, though, especially when it comes to if it's after like brute wyverns, things like that one time, or like the flying wyverns, do bear in mind that the guardians are classed as constructs and not as the actual type as such. Now, as for the event quests, we have the Rathian quest is still staying, so I will show off the gear for that. Then we do have a new one there as well. So as for the gear for the Rathian quest, we do have the Expedition headgear. Now, in relation to that then, so that is just a normal headgear that comes with Blight Resistance 1 and Coalescence 1. Now, the male variant of it as such is just 1, and the female there on both ears. So, nice sort of glam piece as well. Has a few okay skills on it as well. So, can't really complain. Now, as for the event quests, or quest should I say, so we have the Like Fire Hidden by Sand. Again, that is the glam there that I have just shown you. Following on from that, we have the new one, so that is Kongala Cravings, so Hunter Kongala in the forest. Now, this week it will give us loads of lovely ingredients, so definitely more of a push to sort of get everything ready for the first free title update. So that'll be your Jewel Shrooms, your Deli Shrooms, Eastern Honey, Wild Seed Oil, and the Truffle Dukonga. So very fancy ingredients. Truffle Dukonga, very fancy. So make sure that you grab these quests while they're here. Again, really good way to sort of build up those that stockpile of ingredients. Remember, they don't spoil. Just so we're ready to go into that free title update come the 5th of April. Now, on that note, I will make my way back to the Ishard Cliffs. Back to you, Edge.
And thank you very much for that one, Sryth, for doing that one, as always. Sryth will always be doing the weekly updates.
Do you realise how hard it is to run from the wild... Is it the Wild Spire Wastes? I forget what they're called. From the desert to the icy bit. It is knackering.
To be honest, the Wild Spire Wastes were from World, so you've done a lot of running. More so in the scenario over
I can walk on water.
Stupid continent. Yes. So Sryth will be doing these updates on a weekly basis. Again, thank you for doing it because this helps the channel a little bit, but also this helps keep us, everyone else interested in terms of what's coming out and the quests and so forth. If you like that and you want to see anything else from what we do, please again let us know at the bottom. It really helps us out. So yes. On to the importance of that people want to know about is the updates. So obviously they obviously we knew that Mizu was coming. I'm saying Mizu because I'm not saying Misasune every single time. I
don't care. Whatever. Mizu is my absolute top favorite monster of all time. I love it.
Well,
I know I was so hyped when it came into Rise, and I honestly did not think we would get it back again so soon in World, but I am so happy that we did.
Absolutely. I do like Mizu actually. I like the armor set. I like the dual blades that he comes with it. And it has a light bowgun as well, so that'll be interesting. I know we're kind of jumping the gun a little bit because we're going to go back to the other comments, but the monster that was teased at the end of the showcase, I have to talk about it first and foremost.
We will put the little teaser bit on the screen now.
What was that, sorry?
I said we'll put the little tease video on the screen.
Oh yes, that is true. Lagiacrus is coming. I'm so happy.
I rinse and I repeat. Oh my god! 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 So,
if those interested who watched our previous podcasts a few months back, before the game came out, we were having kind of our hopes or things that we would hope you see, and the two monsters that I mentioned,
our hopes and dreams.
There were two monsters that I mentioned I really want to see come back in the game. One was Odegaron, and we got Ebony, so close enough, and it is pretty much on point. And the other one was Lagiacrus, which I've been so wanting to come back since I played it with Tri on the Wii, and then on the 3DS with Tri Ultimate. I know you've played it in Generations, you said, wasn't it? So I didn't know.
Which one. I mean, it is about time that it's come back. It's been a while now. My argument was, I don't understand why they didn't bring it back sooner. I know everyone was saying about underwater fighting, this, that, and the other. But in Generations, it was never an underwater fight. It's literally the exact same as fighting with Duna.
Yeah.
It goes into a large body of water every now and again, does a few random things, comes back out and bites you in the ass. That's exactly what it does. What it does.
I was surprised it was in the. I've been playing Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 on the PC recently, just before Christmas, around Christmas time, and I was like, "Oh my god, they're in these games, but they're not in the main ones. What the hell's going on?" So I'm really happy that he's come back. Absolutely, that was the one I read. That and Odegon were the two I really wanted to come back. So I am satisfied this year that I've got that dream. How
So is this sort of going to make this game of the year for you just because the guy Chris is coming back?
It is putting it up there for for that. It depends on what else comes out, because I didn't think anything else would top last year for certain games, and then I was pleasantly surprised later on. So we are still very early on in the year, so we have to wait and see what's coming out. So yeah, those are the two that we really were surprised about. Obviously, Lagiacrus Disclaimer is designed for the summer event, Update 2, which is in summer. No exact date in that, but that's great news, because that's a great monster that people are going to be excited about. People are going to be playing. If you never followed Lagiacrus before, definitely
You're in for a treat.
You're in for a treat, absolutely. We also saw that obviously we're going to be getting high rank Zoshia, which is interesting, because we couldn't fight him at the beginning, could we?
There was high rank Zoshia. They've on their Twitter page as well. They have also released what the armor looks like, and for one of the other monsters which is coming, which is Arc Tempered Raydao.
Yes. Now the fact that there are two armor sets in this is crazy. I mean, the gamma sets, which we talked about, you and me, off camera, and I'm intrigued to see the skill set for those. Zoshia looks crazy, like white at the top and dark on the black darkness on the bottom. Even the Palico armor, it morphs when the weapon changes or brings the weapon out. So I
saw that. It looks so good. The thing is, though, we never got to see. If I remember, because I briefly watched it before we started this, actually, and I didn't see. Did the Hunter's one change when you pulled your weapon out?
I don't know. I mean, there are clips in the showcase, so I might have to go back and find those. But oh god, yeah, no, it's. I'm intrigued to see the skill sets. That's going to be the thing that really interests me. But also the fact that you can actually, like with I think Jin Jahad, it can show up on the map, and you can create investigations from it. So that's going to be really cool.
No, Jindahad. Do you know what? I don't think you can create an investigation for Jindahad.
I've got one.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm wrong. Do you know what? I thought it was one of those ones a bit more like Koltarov, where it was just one of those ones that came around every now and again, and you just had to join other people doing it.
Yeah.
I didn't think you could save it as an investigation for any time you wanted to, because it's more of one of those siege fights.
I mean, obviously, we'll see how it plays exactly. And again, I could be corrected. It could be standing wrong. But it's great that you can kind of farm it to get the parts. I am intrigued to see how dangerous it's going to be in a higher difficulty, because it was pretty tough. I say pretty tough. It had a lot of health in low rank. So we're getting two monsters in the spring update, which is Mitsu and Enzo, which is already fantastic. And then we're getting Arch Tempered Raydao. So that's going to be stronger than a normal tempered. So I'm curious to see how painful it is, purely because obviously tempered.
I get the funny feeling.
It's sort of one shot.
Maybe not Zoshia too much, because obviously it's high rank like everything else, and it's not tempered or anything like. It's just a normal high rank. Yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be a bit more difficult. However, I reckon Arc Tempered Raydao is going to be a very steep difficulty climb in comparison to like tempered or just like the normal high ranks. I think we're going to be given a run for. I'd like to hope we'd be given a run for our money, and it's not going to be just like a cheap, easy fight again.
I think that it's going to have a higher attack power than normal. So I think unless you know its moveset, you are going to get hit hard. And
Will help us get that trophy, though.
that is true. The other thing to mention as well is like we don't even know if they're going to change its moveset slightly as well. That's another thing to be
They
considered.
normally did, didn't they?
A little bit. I know that Mizu's moveset looks very different from Rise of Sunbreak. So that one's going to be interesting. Absolutely. So yeah, we got 3 new monsters. We got 3 monsters, 2 new coming in, and then obviously we got Zoshia. We got like that. So I think monster-wise, great news. We're getting a hub called the Grand Hub, which is fantastic. Lots of things.
Which one thing that I did, a couple of things I did notice from like the little teaser of that. One, we get to play bowling with barrel bombs by the looks of it, so that looks great. But the one thing that I've been mostly looking forward to, and I know a lot of the community's been looking forward to as well. We have Palicos making our meals again.
Yes, we're getting proper meals again. We've got the quest board, proper like they're bringing back in the elements that people may have recognized from World, which I think is really great. And the fact that little hub world will change as well seasonally. That was a good thing in World and Iceborne, is that your locale would change depending upon the event that was going on, like winter event, spring event, summer, winter, autumn. It's great. I'm looking forward to all of that. That stuff that I think is great coming in. They've got the little bowling thing as well. I'm not too sure about the arena stuff, where it's like rankings.
No, I noticed that in it. The arena, what did it actually say again? Arena quests, was it?
Yes, and
yeah. So obviously we've got Mizu, Zoshia, Grand Hub, and the arena quest. I am very curious to what those arena quests are going to be.
Well, they said that the arena weapons are preset, so you and I will have to adapt to what weapons we can use.
It'll be like those type the time trials. Basically, it's those arena type fights.
Yes, and they've said that you can get rankings on it, and depending how well you do, you can get like charms and things you can equip. So
I hope it's cosmetic. I do hope it's cosmetic, only because I remember. I want to say, I think it was Rise I played bow. Sunbreak I did bow for a bit, but then I moved more to Insect Glaive, didn't I? And then like tried out the other weapons, but it was bow for it. To get that level 4 charge, it was only, I think you could get it through a gem, but it was only native on one piece of gear. And for that, you had to get like A rank in all of the arena quests. So I'd hope they don't put any sort of meaningful gear behind the arena, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm intrigued to see what they do with it. Again, we're going to be on conjecture. It sounds like you'll depending on your rankings and stuff, you'll get different like charms and stuff. And they visually look quite different with like kind of special effects and stuff. So potentially, is it more of a cosmetic? We'll see what happens with it when we actually start playing it properly. And you and me, like when you get to like these arena coins, we can then get different arena glams and stuff. So for me, it's like an armor sets. So I'm all down for those kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Monster Hunter is a cozy game.
And then Festival.
You're cooking it. You take care of a palico. You make pretty armors and stuff. It's a cozy game.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, the other thing that was quite exciting as well is they said the Festival of Accord, the Blossom Dance is coming in. And with that, obviously, we are aware in World, you could do certain hunts and stuff and gain tickets to get your different glams and different armor sets. But they've also said that you can also get new decorations for your camp that is spring, summer, winter themed. So camping
that will be interesting. I would very much like to decorate the camps a little bit more than what we've got, because I would so go for like this locale here, making it more icy themed, and then the desert making that more summer themed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think obviously depending on, because the thing is, it says the festival starts on the 22nd and 23rd of April, depending on your time zone. So for us, that's going to be amazing. we'll obviously do another video on what we've collected, and then obviously people will see what we do on that. So I'm intrigued by that. So yeah, it's just crazy. I'm
I
loving
did
the
notice though
Hmm.
that Arc Tempered Raidal is only available for a short time.
I'm not surprised at that. I think that what they'll do is they'll do an arc tempered apex. They'll do a rotation of it, so you'll
The
have,
rotation on them, yeah.
because it says here that I believe it's available from the 30th of April British summertime to the 21st of May, so just almost a month. I then think it
Mm.
will disappear, and then the next one is. I'm going to make that prediction now. I think the next one will be arc tempered Oofduna, the water one.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, it does sort of make sense, like that they're putting these in, they're doing them more for limited times. I'm very curious to what these other additional features are as well.
That's coming end of May, isn't it? Update 1.011.
Yeah.
So I think when the thing is, I I don't want to make any guesses at the moment for that, because unless they're putting in the room feature that we don't have, because the thing is, it looks like they're literally putting in stuff that we had from the previous game, and just updating it and modifying it. So if the fact that they've put in the Grand Hub now, that tells me that, right, okay, they're bringing back everything that we wanted, or we had from World.
Mm.
They're not skimping on that, which is really good. So I will make, if I make a prediction, I would say at some point we'll get a room feature or a house feature.
It would make sense with all the endemic life that we are capturing.
Mm,
Um,
but we will see how that works, because at the moment
yeah.
I don't want it, because we've got tents, we've got camps, and we can update those. I don't want to say anything yet more on that until we get towards May, and we've seen the first update first. Because
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but the one bit that I'd hope they would do, I hope they wouldn't just go, here you go, here's all the bits that we said we'd give you. I'm hoping, like, with the Grand Hub and stuff like that, because it looked like it had a nice introduction to it. I'm hoping it's sort of story driven of how they introduce it.
oh,
I mean, I know you mentioned in one of our I think it was in the last video actually, we were talking about getting it and like how cool would it be if you actually had to help and do quests to actually gather materials to build it. I don't think it's going to be that intensive, but it would be nice if we
well,
sort of got something as a
in
story to
the
introduce it.
once you hit, I think it's a certain rank, and you go to Suja, the really big Wyverian guy that you're like, oh my god, he's massive. He's the guy who
Oh yeah,
helps you
yeah,
out to unlock it. So I think it's like, obviously it would need to make a more of a foothold in the new locale. They'll give us this to develop and build on. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get more additional features added to it as time goes on. It just depends
mm.
on where the story is going. The fact that they give us a weird cutscene with a Wyverian girl singing and chanting on the temple area tells me that the aesthetic or the idea is that they're trying to build on that story a little bit. But I don't. Again, we're just waffling, but the excitement is bubbling there at the moment. It's a lot of content that I'm actually excited about. Um,
Yeah. Right then, what do you think the Capcom collaboration is going to be? Go
well,
on.
you see, I was going to
Out of
ask
their
that one.
games, place your bet. What game do you think it's going to be?
Well, the thing is, do we think that they're going to do one from previous games? Because obviously, on with um, World, we had several Capcom ones. We had Resident Evil 2, we had
Hmm.
Devil May Cry, we had
Hmm.
a little bit of Mega Man in Sunbreak and Rise.
We had
Um,
Kami and Rise.
we had a Kami. It's a tough one, because is it going to be
I would like
hmm.
Dragon's Dogma.
You see, that's the first one that came to mind because it came out recently last year.
Dragon's
Um,
Dogma 2 came out last year.
yeah, I see. I've not played them that too much, so I don't know if I would like that. I mean, the thing is, they might have a really cool armor set. It might have a really cool weapon. I'm like, okay, this is fine.
Content's content, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna be Power Stone. I mean, that would be a weird one. Breath of Fire, I doubt it. Though it would be kind of fun because your character turns into a dragon. So it's like, all right, that's kind of cool.
Mm.
Dino Crisis. Oh God, could you imagine it was Dino Crisis? Oh my God.
Dino Crisis would be fun. Can you
Because
just
then,
imagine a load of like raptors and that lot, like running around after you?
could you imagine Dino Crisis? Because like the secret could be a Velociraptor skin, and
Oh, yes.
it would be the best way to announce a new Dino Crisis game. Oh my God.
Hmm.
Um, that could be interesting. I don't know.
So are we placing our bets then with Dragon's Dogma for me and Dino Crisis for yourself?
Do you know what? Screw it. I'll pick Dino Crisis because at the end of the day, um, it's a it's a
It does work. I
it's
will
not going to
agree with you.
happen.
It works.
It's not going to happen. But if it did, oh my God, I've got too much. I have too much power. Yeah, I'm going to go Dino Crisis. I think it would be amazing. I think it would be a really cool way for them to announce a remake, for example, say, or a
Yeah, because I know it is on
remaster.
PlayStation. It is on the PlayStation Store at the moment. It's it's obviously part of their classic collection, but it is on the PS5 at the moment.
It would be kind of cool to get like Velociraptor skins models for like the secrets. You could ride a Velociraptor into battle. That'd be hilarious.
Yep.
Um, that would be. It's a very, 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 very long shot, and very like wishful thinking. But oh my God, there's three here about me behind us. That's terrifying. Um, yeah, that's my guess. We'll do that. So yours is Dragon's Dogma 2 or Dragon's Dogma. Mine is Dino Crisis. We'll do that. Right. I think that's the news of our initial reactions in terms of the roadshow slash reveal of all the content for that. Was there anything you think we've
And on a
missed?
scale of 1 to 10, how hyped are you?
I'm an 8. I think I'll be more hyped for the summer one. I think it really depends on the content that we get in April. Because there's the event quests, the scarf, it looks really cool, the dragon scarf, which I was like,
Yeah,
oh
but the
God,
thing is, we
pick
are
up.
getting new event quests every week so far.
I want to see more though. I want to see a few more event quests coming through. Um, and sticking around a little bit, you know. But again,
Mm.
we're still very, very early on because the game's only been out for a few weeks now. It came out, yeah, it's been about 3 to 4 weeks now, isn't it? Almost. So, yeah, it's still a very fresh game. So it depends. I'm hoping that this new stuff coming out on the 4th, which is next week, isn't it? I believe pretty much. I'm really
I want to say it's next Friday, actually.
so a week on
It is.
Friday.
It's a week on Friday.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that the update of all that stuff next Friday will, just I'll be like, yep, no, this is amazing. I'm really enjoying it. Cool, let's do this. Um, we'll keep an open mind, pretty much. Um, other than that, again, thank you guys for joining us. I don't want to do these long, super long podcasts unless we've got a lot to talk about. If you've enjoyed the format, especially because we will do the other podcast at some point with other news and stuff, please let us know in the comments below anything you want us to talk about next. We do want to do some videos on our second weapon choices at some point and other little things that we've been wanting to try and talk about. If there's anything you think you would like us to have views on, or if you think any suggestions on how to improve the format, again, let us know below. We're a bit tongue in cheek, but we're enjoying it.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I mean, if you listen to us regularly, you know, we could talk. We could just talk and talk.
Exactly. But have a fantastic evening, all. This video will go out very shortly. We've just got to do some editing on it, and then yeah. And just if you like, please like, comment, subscribe, and have a fantastic week ahead.
Bye, byes.